Welcome, brave and adventurous listeners, to the Make Weird Music playlist series, which is dedicated to all the people who tell me that new music sucks and that nothing good has happened since the 1970s. Almost, I would say at least half of the playlist this month is from 2024. A lot of new music, really out there, some of it, and all very high quality, really interesting. Some of it is going to make your ears bleed. I'll just warn you ahead of time. All right, so let's just get started. Enough with the talking, and I'll explain more things as we go. Check this one out. Oh my goodness. Absolutely amazing. If you want to check out this music on this playlist, check in the video description. I've got links to Spotify and Apple Music. The Apple Music playlist isn't complete, just like last month. Not every track is on Apple Music, but there's more on Spotify, so I'm going to play from Spotify. So that piece from the album Duo Work, on Bandcamp it says it's that Gordon Grdina is from British Columbia, Vancouver, a Juno Award-winning oud/guitarist with a unique sound combining mainstream jazz, free improv, and Arabic music. Absolutely awesome. Check out this whole album. It is so good. All right, this next track, okay. I don't even know how to prep you for this, but I have a new rating system this month. Last year I was doing 1 to 3. Like least weird to most weird. This month I'm going to try extremely weird, moderately weird, mildly weird, and very weird under extremely. So that last piece was, I would say, extremely weird, and this next one is extremely weird. Check it out. Oh my goodness, what an assault. To me, this album is like the first time I listened to Dillinger Escape Plan. The whole thing is not like that, but that track just, I couldn't believe it when I first heard it. It's very complex. I mean, you might hear it and think, oh my goodness, this is total noise, but this Angelwings Marmalade person is from Chicago, part of the group Fire Tools, and I think Ben Levin from Bent Knee is on this album, which I had no idea about. I was just listening to it and I was like, that voice sounds so familiar. And then sure enough, I checked the credits. There's Ben Levin. All right, let's get to some more normal music. This one is only very weird. It is a guy named Reinier Baas, and the track's called Wahid Jive. Such a cool piece of music. This album has Lewis Cole on it on this track called Wild Bill, which is also very cool. Chromatic or dissonant banjo. Anyway, that's not on the playlist, although it probably should be. It already was, and I deleted it. But excellent album, really great music. Reinier's from the Netherlands, Amsterdam. And I don't know if I've already said this or not, but the playlists are in the video description for Spotify and Apple and plain text and Bandcamp URLs wherever I could find them. So check them out. If you've made it this far, you'll probably want to check out the playlist. All right, this is a track called Rate Limit. It's a single from an artist named Ether 2006. It features a really interesting accordion player named Anatole Muster, who I have featured in the previous month, either the first one or the second episode. Anyway, I love this this single, and I like a lot of what Anatole does. So let's check this out. Man, it's such a cool track. I know it's not like super weird. I put mildly weird on this one, but so much energy, so fun to listen to, great sounds. It's just a great adventurous piece. All right, this next one is, this was actually the most requested in all of the comments on the previous videos. A band called Clowncore, an anonymous duo. And if you are a fan of Knower or Lewis Cole, you'll probably recognize who these people are if you do any research, but I won't spoil it, although I did. Anyway, here's a track called Hell from Clowncore. I call this moderately weird. Man, I think of this as like meme music, but it's like really enjoyable, more enjoyable when you watch the music videos. They're really creative and out there and super fun to watch. Musically, I guess some people like to listen to it a lot because it's got tons of views and listens, but not as musical as some of the other stuff on the playlist, which is fine. All right, this next track is from a band called The Killing Popes. And the track's called Butcher from the album Ego Kills. I rated this one as very weird. Let's give it a check.
Delicious, oh, yeah, fuck all those hippies, mate. I love a good bit of blood. Yeah, it's the taste of an animal. You can't recreate that taste. You can't recreate the taste of an animal, can you?
Yeah, so this is a really interesting album coming from a record label based in Lisbon, Portugal. I actually didn't do much research on the bands on this playlist. I kind of just explored different music that I'd never heard of, and a lot of it, but only some of it made it on the list here. And I just thought that was a really cool album and pretty unpredictable, very fun and interesting to listen to. This next one, I debated putting on the list. I rated it as mildly weird. It's a track called Cevichería by a band called Raw Fish from the album CRUDO. Let's give it a try. Short track, fun to listen to, great groove. I love the textures. And the more I've put these videos together, the more I realize I have a real aesthetic that I gravitate towards. So that's definitely within it. All right, this next track is from a band called Masal. And I found this one really surprising. It's a long track. It's kind of like a very Zappa-esque kind of thing. But there's a bassoon on the lead, and I couldn't believe it as I was listening. And I sent it to Paul Hansen, the bassoonist, and I said, "Have you heard this?" And he goes, "That's me." He's not credited on the Spotify, artists, but Paul Hansen on the bassoon on this track, and it's really just such a cool track. I rated it as very weird. It's called Danse Dense or Dance Dance, I don't know, from the album Ahora. You should skip around this one. I think later on it gets really out there. man, how cool is that? Honestly. Oh, man, what a great track. I've listened to that a bunch of times. I love it. It's really, really great. So check it out. This next one is called A Soul That's Been Abused. And it's by Diamanda, Galás, and Ronnie Earl. But I don't hear any Ronnie Earl on the track. I don't know if he's playing piano or what. I'm pretty sure it's Diamanda playing piano. But her voice is so striking. And it's such an interesting song. It's only moderately weird by, my little scale here, but I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Dirty, you can treat me cruel. Doesn't really matter. I was still your loving fool. 'Cause baby, oh baby, I know you didn't mean to hurt me, baby. I'm just so sorry to see your good love in ruin. Time heals all wounds, that's what the people say.
Man, she's 68 years old now and still performing like that. Just really, I was blown away by that track. Listen to the whole thing. It's great. Okay, this next track is called Kaleidoscope. It's by this trio: Yvonne Robilliard, Laurent David, Justin Faulkner. The album's called Lifetimes. And I say it's mildly weird until the 2-minute and 30-second mark. So I'm going to skip ahead on this track to about 2 minutes. Let's see where it goes. It's kind of out there. Let's check a little bit later. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's cool. I put it on the list. I listened to the whole thing and said, that needs to go on the playlist. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So this next one is called Bleed, not by Meshuggah. I put this one as extremely weird, but it's 16 minutes and 17 seconds long. It's kind of like free jazz improv. I can't quite tell what is really going on, but let's give it a listen. There's like 5 or 6 different artists on here. It's not a band name, but Anthony Pirog is the first artist's name on here, so I'll assume he's the leader. Yeah, it kind of just goes from there. But I listened to this whole thing and I was like, what is going on? It didn't sound. I normally hate free jazz. Probably shouldn't confess that, but yeah, normally don't like it, but I thought this track was really interesting. So check that out. Anthony Pirog, Pirog, and the track is called Bleed from the album The Hunger Artist. All right, this next one I'm putting as moderately weird. It's by a guy named Samuel Hällkvist, who I'm actually friends with on Facebook. He's an extraordinarily talented guitarist. He plays kind of like country guitar like I've never seen. He's unbelievable. And it's funny, this song just showed up as a recommendation. I was like, oh, I know that guy. And then I listened to the music and I was like, wow, this is great. So hopefully you'll enjoy this moderately weird track called Vägen som landet. Sorry, I am not good at pronouncing things. So yeah, kind of like King Crimson meets Nick Barrich meets Marcus Reuter and Sonar, and I don't know, it's just that really hypnotic kind of music that is super cool, like Stefan Thelen. All right, this next track is called Microton, or maybe Microton, by Martin Miguel Almagro Tonne from the album Perita. I labeled this as very weird. How cool is that? Oh my goodness. The microtonal melodies, that groove, the bass tone, all of it. I love it. It's so cool. So cool. All right, this next one is called Interlude 1. It's a live performance by Todd Clouser, John Medeski, and JT Bates. This is extremely weird. This is another kind of free jazz sounding thing. Maybe my tastes are changing towards the free jazz stuff, but yeah, I heard this and I was like, wow, that's great. So I don't know. I feel like it just takes you somewhere, and there's something going on that doesn't just sound like, I don't know. To me, like Derek Bailey stuff is a bit too experimental. This is kind of like there is an underpinning. I'm not sure what it is, but I find something to latch on to. The album is called You the Brave, live at Ice House. And the last track on this month's playlist is from a band called Slash Cry, Kry. And the album is self-titled. The song is called Fly. So here we go, Fly by Cry. Very weird. All right, so there you go. As you might have expected, a lot of 7, a lot of 5, a lot of upbeat, distorted bass, saxophone, clarinet, interesting instrumentation. But I know there's a lot in common with this kind of stuff because it resonates with me. But man, I'm just so excited at new music that comes out that's exploring this kind of territory. It's just amazing. So if you've got recommendations for new music, or if any of this resonated with you, I'd love to see it in the comments. And otherwise, I'm hoping if not the next video, then the one after that will just be all stuff that you guys have recommended, because I've gotten a lot of great recommendations in the comments, but I do want to make a viewer recommended weird music video. So hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments. And leave some recommendations, and you can get the playlists in the video description. And if you want to support what I do with Make Weird Music, you can join Club Weird. There's a little join button down below the video player on YouTube. It's $3 a month, and it just helps pay the bills, because this thing basically breaks even each month. And I'd like to get a kind of stockpile of money together to produce some new music. So thanks a lot for taking the time and spending however long this was with me and all this new music. And if you're one of the artists, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope this makes a difference in your streams and sales. All right, see you in the next one.